Do you get triggered and get upset or angry and have a big reaction, but you don't track it and you're not clear on really what the feeling inside that you're experiencing from that anger is? That there's something underneath, whether it's low self-worth, belonging, insecurity, jealousy, comparison. There's something going on underneath the surface that if you would take the time out to gently, slowly breathe into it, stop yourself, take a sober second, and drop in to the question of, what do you need right now? You ask yourself that, because running a frequency, if you think about a lightning bolt and what that must be like for your nervous system, if you're running that through your nervous system, it's got to be over time wearing. So my invitation is to consider that it could be a good idea that when you get amped up, when you start to feel anxiety, anger, frustration, your kids, your husband, your wife, your spouse, whatever. It's always the partner. The family is very triggering. And when that happens, you take a breath and you go inside to do your own parenting, which God knows our parents all tried, but it is not an easy task. So you go inside and you take the time out to sit down, breathe into the space. What's really going on here? Right? Because when the baby cries, they're either hungry, they gotta poop, there's something going on. So why not take the time out and find out what your little boy or girl needs? And sit down and ask some questions. Take some time out. We're all in this rat race, and AI seems like it's speeding everything up, which is wild, incredible, and energetic. And for unconscious people who don't know their energy and aren't paying attention to what they need and doing self-care and self-resourcing and helping yourself get into a place of happiness. Because if you're walking around listening to the news and focused on what's wrong and all the pain and suffering, and it's easy to find, yes or no. So the invitation would be to consider, do you want to be happy? What will it take for you to live a happy, fulfilled life? And my thoughts are, for some people, it's just about not reacting during the times of lack of resources. So when you're not well resourced, you're tired, the kids kept you up, or you're stressed, or you just stayed up late and you haven't put in a really good structure of getting into bed at 10 o'clock at night and turning everything off, which is what I think all of us need to do for better rest. But let's say you're tired, you're cranky, you're not your best, and you're reacting to everything. If you can stop doing that, the reacting part, it's not that you don't want to consider what to do. Life is in motion. But the question continues to become, am I in survival? Is this something that has to happen now? Or could I take a sober second and put space in between and then come back to it and make a decision before I respond to anything? It's not easy. Adulting is not for everybody, but I do invite you to consider that this would be adulting yourself, is giving your opportunities in your relationships to have more joy, more love, more presence, more peace. Because when there isn't, and we all know it's coming, because the good times, life is in motion. It's not always good and it's not always bad, and that is the excitement of it, right? So the key in triggers and my work is to support people in not going so deep and not going so high with the emotions, no matter what's going on. presence with your own emotions is emotional sobriety to me. And that is something that's exciting. So here's what I like to talk about. And I would have done this live on TikTok, but you can't drive and record at the same time, even though I saw someone else doing it. I got in trouble for it. So I'm recording this first and then posting it. And you know, it's just sitting on my thing. I need to look at the legal laws to see whether or not I could go to jail for it.